Let me take a sip of my delicious coffee. Reese, what are we talking about today?
Well, while you allow your own grinded bean juice to slide down your throat. It came out really wrong.
I haven't done some ASMR for the audience in a long time, so
and nobody misses it and nobody's asking for it. We're actually talking about a story about a Welsh person. Okay. This idea was given to me by Andrew, one of our listeners, who I went hiking with in the Rockies a few years ago because he's a professional guide there, and he offered to guide me and my family on an incredible hike to the tea house above Lake Louise.
And you went to the tea house? I never got a chance to go to the tea house.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
And what's the tea house actually like? Like, is it just like a hut with no electricity, or is it actually?
Yeah, it's very busy, and they just don't have electricity, but they serve you drinks and cake.
They have no electricity?
No.
Do they have running water? Like, what is it? Can you describe it?
It's just like a stone shack.
But with employees?
With employees who live there.
Making tea somehow?
Yeah. I mean, we're getting sidetracked here. I want to tell you about the content we're going to talk about, but...
Okay.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Okay, yeah, tell us about the thing.
We're talking about David Thompson, the one-eyed Welshman who mapped Canada. And basically, most of the maps that exist today were ones based on ones he did. It's cool historical story. You'll love it.
I mean, you know.
You don't. What's not to love about maps? Cartography.
I do enjoy maps.
I enjoy maps.
I find myself browsing Google Maps for fun, which is a weird sentence to say out loud now that I hear it out in my ear holes.
It's too late. You said it. Let's play the music.
Let's do it.
What makes Canada boring?
Have you ever seen the flag? It's a leaf.
£1 million to go to Canada.
Canada is boring. I was actually shocked. I mean, from all the countries they could choose from.
Do you like maple syrup?
No, I don't. These Canadians ain't got a care in the world.
Get my country's name out of your fucking mouth.
I was like, oh, he's in Canada. All right. Okay, you communist.
The country needs you. I'm Canadian.
But don't feel bad for Canada. Believe me, this is their strategy.
I'll tell you another thing. The beer sucks.
Don't run off to Canada. It's so boring there.
Hello and welcome to Canada's Boring. My name is Rhys Waters, and with me is Jesse, the map scourer Harley.
Lake Louise.
He's looking for. He spends all his time on the internet looking for people who are sunbathing nude in their backyard that the satellite caught. He zooms in as close as he can on the pixelated bodies.
Jesus Christ.
Is this true, Jesse?
I'm doing it right now.
Are you? Right. Before we get to the content, I've got a little treat.
Can't find. Oh, is that okay?
What are you doing?
I'm looking at photos of the Lake Louise Tea House. That's just a very
distracted from like people are going to listen to this and go, "Oh, great, Jesse's just looking at things on the internet while I'm driving and giving them my free time."
Fine. Let's learn about a fucking guy who made maps, I guess.
I got a little treat for you though. I don't know if you stay up to date on the Katy Perry Justin Trudeau relationship, but I find
as you can see by the swaths of memorabilia behind me with their faces on it. Of course I do. No, I don't.
I now officially call them Perdo. As like a Perdo. Katy Perry, Justin Trudeau. Perdo. Just try and come up with a better one. You can't. I tried for ages. I settled for Perdo. Anyway, I come up with a little section where we can like talk about what they're up to right now. And I came up with a little jingle. Do you want to hear it?
Can we just get rid of the R and just call them pedo?
That's what people on the right want to say. So. Here we go.
Justin and Katy, what are they doing now? From yoga on a yacht to saving a red duck. From Prime Minister to not giving a fuck.
There we go.
Was that you? Was that your voice?
Was do you like my jingle?
Was that AI or did you
that was me.
That? That's what I thought. I thought that was you.
I wrote it, I sang it, I modified it, and then I made a MIDI track on a website to go underneath it.
You know what? In today's day and age of AI songs, which, by the way, I I'm with, as much as I use AI for a variety of fun, stupid reasons, I'm with the world and my hatred with AI. Like if all the data centers suddenly were destroyed and all the people who knew how to create AI from scratch suddenly vanished from the planet, I wouldn't be sad. But however, I will say Sora, I think it's not Sora, Sona,
does come out. It does good music.
It's
surprising.
It's surprising. It's just fun to do.
That was organic. That was 100% organic, Reese.
Right. So can you play it again? Because that's rare. That's a rarity in this day and age.
If I want to hear it again,
I liked it.
Okay, I'll play it again. But isn't it the best?
It's not AI.
Justin and Katie, what are they doing now? From yoga on a yacht to saving a red duck. From Prime Minister to not giving a fuck.
Yay!
Can I play the clip? Can I play the news update from Katie and Justin?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Is an actual
try and work
update?
out what the fuck is going on in this video.
I find it. Okay.
What's that?
This is a news clip, okay.
This is a clip from their social media.
Social media, not news.
I find it hilarious and infuriating at the same time. See what you think.
Okay.
Do you know the difference between a cat and a rat? Katy-cat and a Katy-rat.
Why don't you tell me?
You know how the light cannot exist without the darkness?
Yes.
And that we should just embrace our shadow self?
Mm-hmm.
The Katy-rats are a little bit more mischievous than the cats.
Okay.
But that's because they have a good relationship with all parts of themselves, whether that is the nice or the naughty.
So now that I'm a Katy-cat, should I aspire to be a Katy-rat?
Maybe, actually. Everyone has a little rat inside of them. If you think you have no rat, then you actually are not even a Katy-cat. So you have to kind of accept the rat to be the cat.
Okay.
It's all about balance, baby.
There you go.
Okay, I have thoughts.
He looks fucking bored.
He doesn't look bored. No,
he looks bored.
Nope. It's a different look on his face, Reese. I know that look. Okay. She's his Yoko Ono. Okay. She's insane. Are
you comparing Justin Trudeau to John Lennon?
Okay, maybe I'm comparing her to Yoko Ono.
Okay, yeah. I guess.
Or maybe Bjork.
No, I don't. But she's the musician. She's the musician.
She's the musician.
Is he her Yoko Ono? I don't know. Either way.
So here's the thing. Just from this clip, that didn't make any fucking sense.
No.
Okay. As you pointed out, zero fucking sense at all. But like, he knows how lucky he is. She's incredibly famous, incredibly popular, incredibly talented, immensely beautiful, and it's apparently just a little bit fucking insane.
Oh, just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And so like, his reactions was not that of a boyfriend who is like right there with you. You know, like the two of them are like thick as thieves sort of thing. Like, and we just get each other and we get our weird jokes and we get our weird sort of thoughts in the middle of the night and stuff like that. That was not that reaction. That was the reaction of a man who knows how fucking lucky he is and has to deal with this weird fucking bullshit all the time. He's learned the facial reaction. He's learned the proper response. Oh, yes, honey. What is it? Should I do this? Now, should I also be a rat? Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, of course.
It's
no,
all
I don't
about
know.
balance.
Tell me more.
It's all about balance, baby. Yes, it is, baby.
That's exactly what we just witnessed.
It's so funny. It's just so. Do you know what though? I feel bad for his kids.
Why? Don't.
Well, because I don't know. Imagine like watching your dad do that with her. Like have those conversations
at Christmas dinner.
Yeah, and the kids are just going, "What the fuck's going on?"
We're all very grateful to have everyone here today. Thank you so much for showing up from all over the world. We know how much of a trip this was. We're really going to enjoy Christmas dinner here. We've been saving it all over here. Yes, what's that, Katie? What's that? Yes, we should all internalize our childhood elephants. That's correct. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Katie.
Yes, that's right, Katie. The turkey is a metaphor for the personal journey we're all on. Thanks for that. Can you pass the potatoes? Anyway. So I'm going to keep as these weird fucking awkward videos come up. We'll do more news and play the jingle for you, Jesse.
Okay.
Do you like that?
I did.
Yeah. Sorry, that was a bit of a side. Let's talk about maps.
Okay.
enough celebrity news about a former prime minister who once negotiated trade deals with the world's most powerful men and women, and now rides around in a car trying to decipher the babbling trade of a mentally ill pop star. So. We're all about seamless transitions here. So,
on to maps.
April the 30th, 1770.
Oh, God. Dear listener, don't leave. This is Reese usually comes up with good shit. Okay. This is probably, I imagine this has got some. He didn't come up with this, though. This is a listener named Andrew someone. Not my Andrew, I don't think.
Yeah, if you reach out to us, if you go in hiking in the Rockies and you're looking for an awesome guide, I'll hook you up with Andrew. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He entertained 3 generations of the Waters family on a hike. Good.
So, I mean, Is
what? This
episode
isn't a favor to him.
Is this just more about a guy who made maps?
No. We'll get into it now. Let me explain this. So,
okay,
David Thompson was born in the UK.
He wasn't even fucking Canadian.
No, I told you he was Welsh. I told you this at the start. But he became Canadian.
True. He became Canadian. I suppose that is a thing you could do.
It's the kind of thing that I did. So they do let Welsh people do that. Last year they changed the law. So
just last year?
I made that up. So essentially,
I keep forgetting that people can become Canadian if they're not born here. I'm like, well, fuck them.
Tough luck, pal.
Not fuck them, like get him out of here. Fuck him, like why are we talking about them on a Canadian show? Is what I meant. About Canadians.
Yeah.
Yes, you can become. Anyone can become Canadian. That is fortunately,
like many Canadians, he wasn't born here. Okay. But not all Canadians. So
I feel like there's like,
it's the hardest start we've had yet, isn't it? So anyway,
we're like 15 minutes in.
Sorry, I got a great story for the small talk dimension at the end. Anyway, so David Thompson was born in Westminster, London, England. He was the child of Welsh parents. However, he was an orphan. His father died when he was young, and his mother decided she couldn't support him. So him and his brother were sent to the Grey Coat Hospital, which was a charity school in Westminster, which kind of took in kids off the street, urchins.
So how old do you have to be before you're no longer considered an orphan?
It depends. I was 18 now, but probably then you were an adult by the time you were 12, I imagine. Go work in the factories.
And are you labeled an orphan your entire life?
I don't know.
Like, Bruce Wayne was an orphan.
Yeah, I know.
Famous billionaire orphan.
Famous billionaire orphan dressed as a bat. Beat up poor people in alleys.
Getting at his aggression. From his childhood.
You stole that $5 watch from the corner store. Now I'm going to break your ribs. Alfred, get up a souffle. I'm on my way back. It's been a great night. Great character. So at this school, at the Greycoat School, he was very lucky because he went from orphan kid on the poverty line to being taken to this charity school and being given an incredible education. He was taught mathematics, navigation, astronomy, surveying, and map drawing.
Did he get to choose these, or was this just thrust upon him?
They're like, sit at that bench. You're going to spend the next 8 years filling your brain.
That's all very, very specific topics leading in a very specific direction.
I mean, he learned other things too, but I think that these are the skills that he learned that would define his later life.
Okay.
So then, to answer your question, when did he stop being an adult? In 1784, at the age of 14, he became an apprentice to the Hudson Bay Company.
I never asked when did he stop becoming an adult. That's usually when you die. That's.
No, you said when he stopped becoming an orphan. Sorry,
you said adult.
I said adult. I'm an orphan. When you stop becoming an adult. When you become a cat. At 14... When you transcend to a cat-rat balance. It all makes so much sense. Thanks, Katie. I'd say that Trudeau is more cat than rat, and Poilievre is definitely all rat. Slight cat.
God. That's pretty funny. So he at 14. He learned all this stuff before the age of 14, and then at the age of 14, he got a job.
The finest education the 18th century could give you. And then he became an apprentice for the Hudson Bay Company. So then he was shipped from London.
Shit. The 18th century. So what year was this?
1784.
Shit. Okay.
I know.
That was a good fucking time to be working for the Hudson's Bay Company.
So he was shipped, bearing in mind he'd spent his whole life in London and grew up in this school. He was shipped to Rupert's Land, the area as part of that part of Canada was known back in the day where the Hudson Bay Company operated.
Okay.
And he was basically just shipped over, and he started working as a clerk and kind of working in admin. So he started, doing his job as a 14-year-old kid there. But in 1788, he broke his leg really badly while working. And because of that, he was laid up for long periods in a place called Cumberland House. And what that allowed him to do, because he was usually
break his leg.
I don't know. It says Thompson suffers a terrible leg injury.
Make it up.
Tripped on a rat. Flattened a cat.
That's what you got. All right.
Yeah. So while he was there, while he was holed up in bed, he then had the opportunity to further study astronomy, mathematics, and learnt from a tutor from a guy called Philip Turner, a Hudson Bay Company surveyor. And this point is where he kind of like really honed his skills and got more knowledge and education on map making and surveying. So he ended up with a permanent limp. His leg never really healed properly.
Well, that sucks. That sucks, especially at a young age.
Yeah, and also, eventually he really damaged his eyesight from like from years of intensely looking through the instruments of the age of measuring the stars and observation. So the work damaged his eyes.
How? That doesn't make sense.
Straining them. Like imagine straining your eyes on a regular basis.
I mean, it's interesting you say that. I was at an optometrist and I asked them if wearing the wrong prescription glasses would hurt my eyes. And he looked at me like I was an idiot. And he's like, no.
What kind of a question is that?
He's like, no, it's just light. It's just light. How can light hurt your eyes? It's just light. I'm like, oh, right. Okay. So, but like, I don't think straining your eyes could permanently damage. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I suppose if you strain it so fucking hard, like past the pain, past eye cramping, right? Just must continue looking at stars. Just like
I don't know.
Every day.
If you're an eye doctor and you listen to this, maybe you force your patients to listen to it while you examine their eyes. Let us know.
Okay, yeah.
So he completed his apprenticeship in the Hudson Bay Company, and
you said he lost an eye though.
No, his eyesight was damaged.
Okay.
Lost sight in his eyes, didn't lose an eye.
Okay, I thought that's.
But he had a limp. So, when you complete your apprenticeship in the Hudson Bay Company at the time, they would give you a set of fine clothes as a present.
That's really sweet.
Instead, he asked for surveying instruments as opposed to fine clothes.
Okay.
And
Off he went into the wilderness with his surveying instrument and ratty-ass fucking clothing.
Yeah.
He's been wearing for years.
Exactly. So, and at this point, kind of, he then was kind of, I think he was kind of outgrowing the Hudson Bay Company at that point. He had big ambitions. He realized he was on this big unexplored continent and his head was full of map-making information.
How old was he?
So how old would he have been? This was 1790. So he would have been about 20 at this time.
Is there, who would have, I know very little to nothing about map making. And as much as I love maps, which I weirdly do, I wouldn't say I love them. I enjoy maps. How would you make a living making maps? It's not like the average person is clambering for them.
He's working for the Hudson Bay. Well, they're working for the Hudson Bay Company. They're expanding across this vast territory, trying to identify resources and kind of opportunities. I mean, beaver pelts was the main thing at the time. They got this huge new continent to explore, and if you have maps and accurate kind of information and data on,
let's say, hey, beavers over here, sort of thing. Moose.
Yeah, exactly. Area. Yeah, but also paths to take, like routes, like mountain ranges. Like, how do you move the goods back and forth? So it's really important. You need that intelligence and that information on the ground. So
that's cool. Okay.
So if you're a map maker, it was the golden age for map makers in a sense, because what are you going to map now? It's all been done. It's going to go back over it, looking for mistakes.
True. Yeah. No, cartography is lost fucking.
Exactly.
That's okay. All right. That's cool. All right. So he could continue. Could he continue working for the Hudson's Bay Company, but as a cartographer? Is that the right term, cartographer?
Yeah. So he was, but at the time, there was the Hudson Bay Company and the Northwest Company, were both kind of operating and had similar goals in Canada, and he was obviously, it was like two corporations feuding over who could get the most of Canada, and the most beaver pelts and make the most money. And he was in the Hudson Bay Company at the time.
Okay.
And he got promoted to be a full surveyor at the Hudson Bay Company. So
it's so strange. Just as a side note, it's so strange that the Hudson's Bay Company is it still going? I don't think it is. The Bay, I guess the Bay is still a thing. Right.
It is. It's now a section of Canadian Tire.
A section of Canadian Tire. So I won't say that the Hudson's Bay Company has gone extinct, but Christ almighty, that's quite a fall from where it once was.
I mean, air fresheners have got their own section. So does the Hudson Bay Company.
Like, Jesus. But like, it was one of the largest fucking companies on the planet.
One of the oldest as well.
One of the oldest, one of the largest. And like, how far it has fallen. Oh my, like.
I blame Gen Z for not buying beaver pelts.
If you love learning about all of Canada's weird shit and want to support Rhys and Jesse, say hi or learn more, then visit CanadaIsBoring.com. Leave us a voicemail, watch our YouTube videos, connect to their social media accounts, buy our merch, all in one place. That's CanadaIsBoring.com. Enjoying this story? Falling in love with Jesse's rants? Concerned Reese is losing his accent? Then help grow Canada is Boring by massaging the algorithm with your beefy pipe fitter hands. Leave us a show review on Apple, an episode comment on Spotify, or leap over to YouTube and subscribe. Every little action means a whole lot to these attention-starved, loud mouths. So please help them continue to live this delusion. Otherwise, Jesse will fall off the rails and Reese will finally crash his Mustang into Halifax Harbor.
This PSA was brought to you by the Canadian Association of Seriously Self-Deluded Podcasters, or CanASP. Visit CanadaIsBoring.com to learn more.
Anyway. So he was surveying routes, rivers, posts, boundaries, and was very skilled at this. But then the Hudson Bay Company said to him, "Stop."
Hold on, sorry. Didn't the Hudson's Bay Company actually own Hudson's Bay?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's an insane amount of land to own and not profit from.
Well, they did.
Well, what happened?
Well, they were extracting beaver pelts initially.
Yeah, but they owned the land.
Well, they didn't. I suppose eventually it was like taken over by the government. It's like the East India Company. Like a lot of the British Empire and the British kind of like control over India was done by a company rather than the British government for a long time.
Oh yeah, right.
It was a corporation essentially that invaded.
So when Canada became a country, it was like, this land is ours now, not yours. Sorry, fuck off.
Yeah. So the Hudson Bay went from being like the government to being, even though they were a company, to then like just a company, I guess. So
was that the downfall? Was that the beginning of their downfall? Do you think?
I suppose there's probably like slowly, and then department stores they got into, and then like department stores died out. So I don't know. I mean, we did this on cassette. Remember our cassettes? History of the Hudson Bay Company?
I do.
I don't have any cassettes left to listen to it.
You didn't even keep one? You didn't even
gave them all away.
Just if you're new to this, dear listener, we did a promo episode on a physical cassette tape and made a limited edition of them, and then
deleted the originals.
And gave out the we don't even have a fucking copy. Reese didn't keep a fucking copy.
So there are 50 cassettes in the world. With us is an incomplete history of the Hudson Bay Company is the title, and those cassettes are floating around the world as a little treasure for people to find. I like that.
I absolutely like that a lot. We don't even have a copy, which bothers me. Okay.
Yeah. So
anyway,
what's
this guy's name? What's this guy's name? I don't even know his fucking name.
David Thompson.
David Thompson.
So the Hudson Bay Company says to David Thompson, "We don't want you to do any more mapping, the thing you're really good at and you love. We want you to focus on the fur trade." So he quits.
Like hunting? Like, what do they want him to do?
Administration. He's an administrator and stuff. So they just go, right, stop walking around drawing mountains on pieces of paper and telling us how far things are. Go and just, I don't know.
But that's a valuable trade back then. That's a really valuable trade.
Obviously, somebody came in and there was like a new manager who was like, less mapping, more beaver.
Right.
It's the slogan. So he quit. But the thing is that he quit the Hudson Bay Company, but he lived in the country that was the Hudson Bay Company. So he had to walk 130 kilometers through a late spring snowstorm to get to their rival, the Northwest Company post that was nearby. Jesus.
They wouldn't even let him live in the land if he wasn't working for the company?
He was working for them. If you want to live there, and where's he going to work? The company owns everything.
I guess.
So the Northwest...
I've never heard of the Northwest Company.
I suppose it's like Coke and Pepsi.
Okay.
Yeah. If they did a blind taste test, you'd like the Northwest Company, but you probably still buy Hudson Bay. And they hired him on the spot.
Cool. Okay.
Because they were like, oh, this guy's good at maps. Luckily for you, our old map guy died this morning in a horrific accident.
A mysterious horrific accident.
So come on in. Yeah. He just vanished. No trace of his body.
Don't say no to Dave. If Dave asks you to do something, just nod your head. And you'll be fine.
Working for the Northwest Company, he then started to survey the boundary between the British territory and the United States. And there was a thing called the Jay Treaty of 1794, which had a ton of unresolved questions because nobody knew what the land looked like. So he started to map that to kind of answer those questions.
You're talking about he started mapping the border between Canada, what is now known as
essentially
Canada,
like saying, hey, this is what's there. There's the rivers. There's this. He also found he was able to say which forts and which trade routes were on which side of the border, because nobody knew where the border was, because it's obviously an imaginary thing. He was able to say, actually, you're in America, and for people to know. And he also followed routes along Lake Superior and the Lake of the Woods area and beyond, and started mapping there. And the idea being that, like, whoever understands the land can control the trade, because you can, like, if no one knows the routes and the forts and the places, then
so before the boundaries, they just, like, both people in the British territories and in the States would just know, like, oh, around this area is where the border is. We just take this route that's next to this river. That's how we get from point A to B, and they take that route, and that's how they get from point A to B. And we just kind of stay out of their way, and they stay out of our way, or we say hi or whatever. But it was just kind of like it wasn't like we weren't enemies. Well, I suppose we were at one point.
But which country you were in wasn't an exact science. It was like,
right, and it didn't seem to really matter that much.
Yeah, it's like, do we walk too far? Are we in another country now? Nobody knows. Nobody really cares, because it is an imaginary border that's been added on, and no one usually paid attention to borders for most of human history. Borders and, like, border crossings weren't really that much of a thing.
It's interesting when you say it like that, because, like, it is true that, like, cities, countries, etc. are social constructs. We just made them up.
But also, like, you get towns. There's a lot. You go to Europe. There's a lot of towns and cities with walls around them. But
I guess that's a thing you can point at and see. Sure.
And then you go to the UK and you've got Hadrian's Wall, which the Romans built to keep the Picts or the Scottish out. And then you've also got Offa's Dyke, which was built by, I think he was a Saxon king, to stop Welsh people from coming into England. So you do get these kind of, like, people trying to build these borders and stuff. Like Great Wall of China, I guess, would probably have been a better example to start with.
Right. Yeah.
But this mapping wasn't easy work. So you had to travel by canoe, snowshoe, horseback, or on foot. And apparently he traveled.
I got to know though. So he was mapping the border. That's fucking cool. How did he? Like, there was a border. He was just he was refining it.
Yeah, it was filling in the blanks.
So,
because they knew where the coast was, and they knew where maybe there was another point between, and they drew a straight line of a border. But when you actually got there, you didn't know where that straight line was.
It's a straight line.
I know, but can you walk in? Go outside, try and walk in a straight line, see how far you go.
Okay, fair. All right. So he defined where the border was. Like, no one stopped him. No one corrected him. No one's like,
he corrected them.
Right, but he made it up.
No, he didn't make the border up. They knew where the border was in an imaginary sense on a piece of paper.
Yeah, and
he then mapped out
it.
He then physically but if you look at the border, a lot of it is a straight line. He then physically defined what was where and actually mapped out the details around the border.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So, like, around towns, around lakes, around rivers, around stuff like that. But, like, it was at the end of the day his decision as to where this line ultimately ended up.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's cool.
Cartographers have an honor code.
Is that true?
I don't know. They take the cartographer's oath.
I don't know. This is kind of
and if you betray the cartographer's oath, cartographers will surround you and cut you with paper cuts using the edge of maps.
I guess what I'm saying is if he came and said, actually, the border goes along this line here and over this lake here and just underneath that river there, no one argued with him.
Well, no, because that was the information that they had at the time.
Mm-hmm.
No one was. Okay. So yeah, it was really dangerous. He traveled 80,000 kilometers in total in his career, apparently. Wow. Travel was, like, really bad because, like, in the winter you could get frostbite. He was living out in the wild most of the time. Snow blindness, frozen clothes, frozen rivers. There was, like,
all while limping with one eye.
Yeah, and trying to draw a map. So food was unreliable, obviously, because there weren't many outposts. So often you'd have to kind of hunt and also like forage and make sure that you kind of, like, had food. Because again, a lot of this was wilderness. If you got injured, you could die. Say you broke your ankle. Well, you're just there. No one's coming to get you. And also it was kind of mentally punishing because he had to constantly measure his longitude and latitude and keep track of where he was. So he had to
I was wondering about that. I know so very little about how early day cartography worked, but you use the stars. Is that right?
Yeah, he was using the stars a lot of the time with instruments to work out where they were. So along this time, while he was like hungry, smelly, cold, wet, he also had to be accurate and do his job properly. And then obviously you had flies, illness, and also as well, he had to really get to know. He relied a lot on the Indigenous people at the time.
Someone has to introduce this man to glamping.
I know.
Okay,
he needs a pod. Get him
just
a pod.
like slow down, relax. There's no rush here, guys. Just like get some really nice glamping material. Get a mule to carry it for you, and just like take your time. Rest across Canada, buddy. There's no rush here. Like just.
So a big part of this was he relied on the Indigenous communities and Indigenous people because he didn't just discover things. They were already people there. So he had to, and to survive, you had to actually get on with them, build a relationship with them, and learn their knowledge to build these maps.
That must have been really fucking hard because, like, how many Indigenous communities were there across the land, and how many of them spoke wildly different languages?
Yeah, and like it seems like he was very good at being accepted, and also then being shown, shared, like in knowledge, sheltered. He did a really good job of actually building relationships with people. And most of them wouldn't have survived without that help. It's kind of a myth that you could do that without.
What do you mean? Most of what?
Most cartographers like this, without the support of
I see. Okay,
the people there, there's no chance they would have been able to do their job properly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
However, there's a little bit of a cause for concern in this story, Jesse.
Oh.
He married a young girl. I'm going to say a young woman. He was 29. She was 14. She was a Cree Métis teenager, and they got married, which is a kind of at times were different. They say, but it's still
times were different. Yeah.
It's still uncomfortable. I mean, but they were in love.
It's uncomfortable, but sweet.
they were in love. Their marriage lasted 58 years, and they had 13 children. So,
okay. Well, I can overlook the creepy factor for a moment and say that's really nice.
Still
it was only creepy for like a few years.
Yeah,
like really creepy, but just for a few years.
And then she traveled with him everywhere as well. They became like a team.
Oh.
So she was also a big influence on the mapping and everything. So she became part of it too. And eventually he pushes across the west and connects to the Columbia River because the Northwest Company wants access to the Pacific. And there's an American businessman trying to build a fur trade.
I'm sorry, which way was he? I thought he went to the west and then started moving his way.
No, he was still moving west. He was working his way west.
Oh, when you said the Northwest Company, I assumed he went west to join the Northwest Company.
He did. He went west.
He was mapping himself west as he was going towards the company who was going to hire him?
No, he went with them, and then they were working in the west. Hudson Bay was more eastern and central Canada.
Okay, hear me out. He was in eastern Canada with Hudson's Bay. Hudson's Bay was like, fuck you, don't be a map maker. And he's like, fuck you, I will. So he goes to the Northwest, and they're like, yep, we'll take you, map the border. And then I thought he just started going east, mapping the border from where the Northwest Company was. But you're saying he went all the way east again and then started his way west?
No, he just continuously moved west.
You're not getting it. Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
It's go east at any point.
Okay. Did he map the border of Canada?
Not the whole border, just the bits that weren't mapped out as you go west. He didn't start in New Brunswick.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
No, he didn't do the whole border. He was doing the big chunks of like the unexplored west.
Okay. Okay, I thought this was going to be the story of the guy who single-handedly created the border between Canada and the States.
It's not the story.
Okay, well, that's less
the man who did the most difficult parts of it. So anyway, because there was a lot, they needed to map it all. They needed to map it. It was a race for control against like an American businessman and like other competing interests. So he was on like it was really important to map it all out, to have that data, that knowledge, that intelligence to kind of win. So he mapped the Saskatchewan River system, the Rocky Mountains, the Columbia River, the Kootenay and Interior Plateau regions, and the Pacific Slope. He eventually crossed the continent and reached the West Coast, and he'd mapped big chunks of it on his way.
Cool.
It's pretty cool. So in 1812, he retires and he settles in Lower Canada. He uses all his information to create a great map of the Northwest Territory, drawing on 20 years of his travels, and kind of pulls it all together. And his map was accurate for generations after. That's how good it was.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Wow.
All right. And he also worked on he did more work on the US-Canada border after the War of 1812. But he doesn't get rich and famous. He kind of gets forgotten about. Until
today.
He wasn't really appreciated. Eventually he went blind.
Oh, fuck.
And he dies aged 86 in East Canada. And his wife Charlotte died a few months later, even though there was a massive age gap, which is weird. And he left behind field books, maps, journals that took a long time to be recognized. So yeah, it's story of David Thompson.
86 is
a good age.
It's a good fucking age for the early 1800s, man.
Not bad.
It's a good age for today.
Yeah,
So the fact that did he go blind? Like how long did he live? You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. He just went blind. He was also good story.
I hope it was not I hope he wasn't blind for long, but like if he had children, he was in a long, loving relationship. He did what he loved for years. That's a good life, man. It was a hard life, but it was a good life.
My question is, was he a cat or a rat?
I'd say he's a rat because he knows the ground really well.
I say he's a rat because he married a 14-year-old girl.
You had that one in your pocket. You're ready to go.
Small talk dimension.
Small talk dimension.
You are now entering the STD zone. Incoming STD. Loading small talk. Enhancing anecdotes. Dick jokes processing. You have reached the small talk dimension zone.
Jesse, I'm going to tell you this story. So I have kids.
You do?
I get on really well with them. They're awesome. I'm terrible at talking to other people's kids.
I think everybody is.
Nobody
knows how to talk to kids.
Some people they go on one knee and they pull like a shiny coin from behind their ear, and the kids are mesmerized and they're like, "Oh, that's not me at all."
That's not me either.
And my wife laughs at me all the time because of like how I try and communicate with other people's kids. So
how do you? What is it like for you?
Well, I
hello, small child, small human,
other person's child. Number one, other people's kids are annoying.
Agreed.
Your own,
except for yours, Reese. Yours are great,
but they're my kids. You've got limitless love and patience for them most of the time, and
limitless most of the time.
there was a trucker cap on half price in LL Bean, and I've never been there before.
Oh, a trucker cap. Okay, yeah.
And my wife wanted a hat, so we went there. And we were going to walk the dog, and it's Dartmouth Crossing. They let you take dogs in the stores. It's great.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Rosie, our dog, loves going there because everybody gives her a treat, and everyone wants to make a fuss out of it. So it's just like she's going on this love tour where everyone wants to hang out with her and feed her.
That's adorable.
And this family came over and they were like making a fuss of her and everything. And I was waiting for my wife to pay because I was like, come on, it's L Bean store is the most expensive store I've ever seen in my life. I've been to Harrods. And this little girl was like, she was covered in temporary tattoos. And she went to me, do you like my tattoos? And I went, I hope they're not real ones. They just kind of walked off. I could see my wife laughing about 10 foot away.
That's good.
Yeah, that was my story.
I like that. I don't think I have anything to report. Nothing going on in my life. Oh, no, I'm going to see Kenny versus Spenny live this Friday.
Oh, you are? You like them?
I do. I'm excited. Yeah. They've been trying to do a revival show for years and no one's picking them up. And I can understand why, because what they were able to put on broadcast television in the early 2000s is not something that you would be able to put on television today at all. Like the shit that they fucking pulled was mind-boggling. And yeah, with today's climate, I completely understand why no one would want to put money behind it and put it on broadcast. Have you not seen it? Have you not seen the show?
No, I know, but it doesn't sound like it's like politically incorrect or anything.
Not politically incorrect, but like, I don't know. Just there's a very like the drunk who could drink more beers episode is a great example. You know,
so it's kind of like Jackass. Like they can do their own films these days, but there's no one's gonna.
There's exactly
no TV is gonna like necessarily risk having them do.
Like Kenny would regularly cosplay as Hitler on the show. And he drugged his friend with LSD. And they filmed it, just him tripping fucking balls. And Spenny got so fucking drunk, he attacked the crew and then passed out. And after crashing into furniture and just passed out on the floor, and God knows if he could have died from alcohol poisoning is how much he drank that episode. Like an insane amount of alcohol. Started slurring and speaking incoherently, and it was just, we're like, what the fuck are we watching? So like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to do shit like that back in the like today. So but I think that's why they're having a difficult time, but they're touring and apparently the tours are doing well. And I got I'm going to see them this Friday. I'm very excited. Although like they were in their 40s when they started Kenny versus Spenny, which is bizarre to me because they both act like they're in their 20s. Right.
So you're going to go watch like two 60-year-old men drug each other.
I mean, like, they have not aged well. They did not take care of themselves just at all. Some people take care of themselves really, really well as they get older. Look at Jeff Goldblum. Look at Paul Rudd. Some people just they're like, you know what? This is my body's a temple and I'm going to treat it well. But they didn't. Can't even. They did not. They just did not. And so, but like, I would love to watch. You ever watch the new? There was only one season of it, which really sucked so much. But during the pandemic, there was a new season of Kids in the Hall. And it was glorious. Oh my God. Have you ever watched Kids in the Hall?
No, I have. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, no, I didn't watch the new one. No.
It's great. It's really good. Like it's very, very funny and in the style of Kids in the Hall, and everyone loved it. And it was just it. There was nothing else after that. But like, it was funny watching a whole bunch of fat 60-year-old men jump around like children and act like teenagers again. Cause I was just like, fuck yes. I hope that's what I get to do when I'm 60 and fat and gray. And just do that with my friends.
Can I get away with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this has been fun.
To look forward to. Yeah.
This has been fun.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a fucking mind-boggling episode, but it was interesting. I will give you that one. Yeah.
It's good.
I wasn't bored. I was like, it was a good story. It wasn't like your normal, like, holy fuck sort of stories that you pull out of fucking thin air. I don't know where you keep finding them after 6 years, but this was a user suggested story, and it was a good one. I liked it. Thank you very much. Andrew, your friend Andrew from
Andrew, the hiking lord.
And what was the name of the guy who we talked about this?
David Thompson.
David Thompson.
Yeah.
Didn't he Wasn't he the founder of Wendy's?
I don't know.
That's Dave Thompson, the founder of Wendy's.
Oh, he did wait. There was a whole other chapter of his life that we missed. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
A place that's exciting with kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no warning because Canada is boring, boring. Because Canada is boring, boring. Canada is boring, so boring. Canada is so fucking boring, boring, boring. A real cool podcast with Rhys and Jesse.